Hello, Scorpios. This is AD with Kayxztarot, Tarot, and I'm going to be doing your January 2020 reading, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you so much for sharing, and subscribing. Please do not forget to check out that description box below on information how to book a personal reading with me. I am donation-based, guys, so I try to meet people where they are. So if that interests you, please hit me up, and they are live, so we get to chit-chat personally, if that is what you want to do. All right, Scorpio, so let's get into it. I will say this, as I was pre-shuffling, my friends, there are beautiful things that are coming in for you. I just feel like here it comes. Whatever it is for you, whatever it is that you've been wanting, it's coming. It's here. Be grateful, be happy, because like it's here. Without any further ado, let's get into these cards. Look, we even have the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. That's why I said, here it comes. Here it is. And there are also some really big transformative energies that are coming in with you with this next full moon that's happening tomorrow. All right, because there's a harsh aspect between Capricorn and Pluto, which is your ruling planet. So this is divine discipline to the teen degree. All right. So there's a lot of lessons that have been learned, and there's a lot of shedding of old skin. I'm really sensing the death card. I'm really sensing your energy as far as just taking this moment to transform and use the knowledge and the lessons and the pitfalls that you've had in the past to really get you going to a very beautiful and enlightened future. All right. We got, yes, the Nine of Wands. So this is fighting. This is courage. This is standing up for yourself, okay? Chaos before completion. I feel like a lot of you in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, this is the guy with the wands, and then his head is bandaged up. And I feel like a lot of you have been bruised and hurt and bullied, and you're tired, but you still have the energy to continue fighting for what it is that you believe in and what it is that you want. But I do want to say, I feel like the battle has been won. It's over. I feel like the hard part is over, and now it's time for you to step into the mode of receiving, okay? So I love this. I love this. The sun. Like I said, the hard part is over. The sun will come out tomorrow. Listen, it's here. The sun is coming out finally. And I feel like a lot of you have just been like, you didn't even think it was possible because it's been so dark. You didn't even think it was possible to have such a positive outlook and such a positive feeling that starts from within. And now you are using this positivity and this change to manifest what it is that you've been wanting, what it is that you've been dreaming, and, you know, for Scorpio, what it is that you desire. All right, that passion, that drive. It can be intimacy for some of you. It can confront you on so many different ways, okay? And I am being pulled here to to Taurus energy, right? Oh wow, we have the moon card. So there's subconsciously, and that's why I want to get into the tone of desire, because subconsciously I feel like there's been a yearning for control is limiting, but it's just like Scorpios want what they want, right? That's your energy. And I feel like subconsciously there's been things that you've been wanting that maybe you're afraid to act on, but spiritually you've been asking for them. It's like praying, you know, your spirit was ahead of you. And so now you're going to really start seeing what it is that you've been asking for, because it's going to come in and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was what I wanted, but this is exactly what I needed. I'm so grateful. Okay. The Lovers. Ooh. The Lovers. All right, to the Ace of Swords. So for some of you guys, this could be this can come in different ways, because the Lovers card does symbolize a decision. All right, it could be connecting with the Gemini, but there is a decision here that has to be made, and now you're clear on what that is to do. And for others of you, this is honestly a revelation of a soulmate or a partner that you've been seeking, right? But let's get into it. But I really feel like regardless, you're kind of at like a crossroads, Scorpios, where you're like, this can go one way or it can go the other. You know, let's look. What do you want? I didn't even recognize the imagery and all this, but this is so beautiful. We have the Sun, the Magician, and the Moon card, you know, with the Magician in the middle. So you dictate what this next chapter looks like to you. Is it bright or is it dark? Are you in the shadows or are you in the light? Or more so, how are you combining both forces? I love that. How are you combining both forces in order to exercise your power, your dominance? All right. Got you live, Jim. Hey, oh my gosh. Hello. I'm so happy to see your name pop up. This makes me so happy. But yeah, this is a major, 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 major shift in taking your energies, particularly the dark ones, and using them for light, if that makes sense. I just heard the great equalizer. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we do, in fact, have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? So I feel like there's a really pleasant surprise that is on its way. Oh, wow. The Last Judgment and the Princess of Swords. So there, I'm just seeing, I'm really seeing like enlightenment. There's a clarity here, Scorpio. It's just like, I know what I'm going to do. I know where I want to go. I know what actions I need to take to get to the next step. And it's very, 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 very clear to you. And I feel like that has been what's been holding you back, because you're like, I haven't really known what to do. I feel like you were, with the Nine of Wands, you were trying to do everything. You were trying to do everything. You want to please everything and everybody. There was nothing that was stopping you from that. But now you have a better idea of what it is that you want. And again, this could come in the form of some sort of connection, partnership, some sort of divine union. Okay, so yeah, we have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Princess of Wands. Huh. All right, so let's get into this passion. Let's dig into this passion bag. All right, okay. I always put Scorpio in with the King of Wands. Like, I consider Scorpionic energy to be very passionate. So to me, this is very much speaking to you. There has been conflicts that you've had to overcome, but it's forced you to take action. It's forced you to move in a way. Again, it's almost like it's such a click, instant thing. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm heading. I know what I have to do. And you're just driving towards that, and you're passionate about it. You're not taking no for an answer. I'm just saying it's desire. Finally, your desire is being met with and encouraged by the universe for you to power through it. And I feel like that's been the missing link with the King of Wands and the Princess of Wands. So now that you've been able to really step into yourself, and yes, this is a masculine energy, but I just feel like in the sense of just being able to stand on your own authority in order to establish what it is that you want. You know, wanting is limiting. I keep saying desire because that's what it is. It's deeper than that. It's a soul. It's your soul's yearning. And I feel like you figured it out, and because of that, you really want to go about getting it. Like, you're not gonna lose. You're not gonna fail. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles to the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like with this energy, with the Four of Pentacles, I feel like there's been some held back communication of some sorts, or some held back, possibly funds, money. Somebody kept something from you, or you're keeping something from somebody. This is particularly in the financial front. Maybe there was money that you thought you were supposed to get at a certain amount of time, and it did not come when you thought it was going to happen. But yeah, the Five of Pentacles, it is on its way. It is on its way. It's on its way. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like, Scorpio, if there's been financial issues, if there's been some financial woes, congratulations. I do see whatever it is that you've been working for and trying to manifest, it is going to come in. And I think that is going to be a little bit bigger than you originally thought. You know, good things come to those who wait. And man, did you wait? Okay, did you wait for this next, for this sum of money? For some of you, I think it's like a sum of money. For others of you, it could be like a job or opportunity. Oh, wow. Look at this. Boom. Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. Lord of Wealth. It's wealth that's coming in for you. And again, it's abundance. And you can interpret that in however you mean. Like, it might not mean, I think right now I'm getting money. Money is going to be good for you. And because of money, maybe because some money things are sorted out, you're able to focus on other things because that's where your attention has been. But now that you've been able to kind of deal with this, your money matters, you're going to feel a lot more stable moving forward. Because I just heard you're not going to go backwards. Whatever it is that you gain, you don't plan on losing it. All right, the Four of Cups to the Queen of Cups. Interesting. Could be connected with the Cancer, strong Cancer energy, or Cancer sun rising, or moon, or Venus. or Mars. But I do see an offer here that's going to be made. Some sort of loving offer. Let's get it. Let's see. All these cards came out. I'm not going to take all of them because it's a lot, but I will look at the cards in this order. Boom. Death. Let's keep going. The Two of Cups. All right. So I'm getting for the most part that there is a transformation in a relationship that's happening. But I feel like this is a relationship that was already in existence for some of you guys. It's coming back around. If you've been trying to manifest new energy, then keep manifesting it. This might not be for you, and it might not come in this time, because I'm getting a real strong energy with the Queen of Cups to the Death card. It implies that it's transforming, so there was something there before. There's an offer. There's offering for something new, and this could be coming from a Queen of Cups energy, so somebody who's understanding of your emotions because they experience the same emotional intensity that you do. This person could be kind of moody, but I'm getting that they're very artsy, they're very creative, they're very open with who they are, very extremely loving. And I feel like for whatever reason, there's just wants to be a mutual exchange. With the Four of Cups here, blended pleasure, I'm getting that there's been ups and downs. It's sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't, sometimes it was equal, sometimes it wasn't. I feel like it was out of the control of the people that were participating. Life was just happening. But regardless, I do see an ending to that cycle and stepping into something very firm with the Two of Cups here. And again, just really strong Cancer and energy. So this person could be very motherly or just be very stable in how they are. Again, now don't tempt this person, because this person with Cancer energy is just like, this person is not weak. All right. If they're packed up against the wall, they will pinch. But for the most part, this person is very loving and tries to be very open. And I just see that there is a moving forward. There's a future here. Wow, the Fortitude to the Seven of Wands. And I feel like it's strong, doesn't even begin to like really cover what I'm saying, because it's like fortified. The connection, the relationship, the feeling is fortified. And I feel like that is the transformation that just happened. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Perfect. It's very strong. So we have the Three of Swords to the Hanged Man. All right. So yeah, let's see what this is going to. The Empress, the Empress, and the Hierophant. So I'm just getting a sense of there was no... Both people in this connection, okay, this is funny because this is turning into more of a love reading. So if you were concerned about finances, your finances are on the up and up. But right now, Spirit wants me to focus on some relationships. So you can take this, because this can also be a relationship with a mother or just anything that's motherly, nurturing, okay? So just take it as it resonates. And if it doesn't, then that's cool too. But we have the Three of Swords and the Hangman. So I'm getting, as far as this connection of this relationship, there was a lot of disappointments down the way because it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't move. Like I said, with the Four of Cups, the blended pleasure. It was great when it was great, but when it wasn't great, there was like nothing that was happening, and that caused a lot of disappointment and heartache. And it's just because both of these energies, both of these people here, the Hierophant and the Empress, all right, very strong, very, very strong. So the feminine in this energy can appear to be masculine, and this masculine is very what's the word I'm looking for? Determined is not the word that I want to look for, but like stubborn, I guess is kind of what I'm saying. It's just like very, I want it this way, and this is how it's going to be done. Can be connecting with the Taurus. This both to me are Taurus cards, so very strong Taurian energy, and probably that's why it took so much time. Yeah, very fixed energy. That's why it took so much time for it to go, because they're individually, these two are strong enough on their own. So there were challenges and disappointments along the way as far as the connection coming together that didn't happen. But from all of those lessons, the masculine in this relationship right here, being the Hierophant, now is very, very strong and sturdy. Yeah, it can be clashes, but the thing is, okay, I do want to say that I like that you said that. I don't know if it was necessarily a clash with one another, but it was just like if you had two separate journeys, like you guys met, you went down their path, and then you had to go your own ways to develop your own power, and now it's coming back in, but you had to learn separately. You had to take your test separately in order to come back together. That's why it was just always kind of like up and down. I don't know if the two energies in this reading clashed, but the world clashed with these two energies, if that makes sense. And so because of that, the outcome of it is the masculine and energy in this is very, very like traditional now, like very much like, I know what I want. This is how we're going to handle this. I'm very sturdy. I'm stable. I'm over all of this chapter. If it's time, then it's time. I'm ready to settle down, be traditional. This can be a card of marriage and all those other things. So it's just ready to hunker down, cut out all the BS, and just be ready and in it. While the feminine had to learn how to be the feminine, how to really step in that Empress power and understand its worth. Both of these two individuals had to go through a process of self-worth. They came to the same conclusion of, I am strong by myself, I am enough by myself, but it would be better for these to align and work together, because what the Empress has here is fertility and can share, and with the Taurus energy has here with the Hierophant, excuse me, it's a spiritual knowledge and a spiritual knowing and a way to manifest all this energy and fertility into a 3D realm in a very smart and practical, methodical way. So this can also be some sort of business relationship that comes together. It's just very, very smart. But I do sense that the relationship, yeah, the Seven of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, the relationship had to happen separately. You guys grew together separately, but are coming back around. Coming back around. What do we see? The universe. Amen. That's what I'm saying. So like, it literally is coming back around. That's why I'm like, this is, if you're trying to manifest somebody new, and again, I don't even think that this is an ex. I don't know if it ever got to the point to even that you were even in a relationship that had some sort of name. It was just the energy was always present. It's closing out this cycle because those lessons were learned, and so there's going to be a newness that comes. Oh my gosh, in the Wheel of Fortune, the universe in the Wheel of Fortune to the Two of Swords, peace being restored. And I like that it's this because they're crossing, you know, these two energies are now crossing like this, and it's not in a confrontation way. It's just now finally your paths cross at the right moment, and look at what blooms from these two things coming together, this Libra energy and balance. Okay. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, very, very beautiful, very, 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 very strong connection that's coming in. And again, it's taken a long time for it to actual materialize because there were just so many lessons, and I'm getting Taurus and Capricorn energy here. There were so many lessons that had to come through because there was such a heavy investment that happened in this realm and in the last one. This could be past life relationships. So it really was all about divine timing when that crossing was going to actually happen again, right? So we have the Seven of Swords to the Justice card. It really could be, it's surprising. For some of you guys, you're surprised that this is the person that you're going to be with. Maybe you like them, but now you're like, oh man, it's you. And vice versa, that other person could feel the same way. I'm just sensing that it really is a happy harmony that comes in, but there's something that is surprising about it. The Two of Wands, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Yeah. I feel like there's two twos here. The Two of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, the King of Swords to the High Priestess. So with this particular combination, you know, sword energy is extremely spiritual. So this is an extremely spiritual connection that's happening here. But I feel like there's a communication that has to happen in order for things to move forward and change. There's how do I this is such an interesting thing. There's knowledge in the spiritual realm, right? There's knowledge in the darkness and the shadows that has not been shared, but once it finally is shared and said out loud in the 3D, then it will actually be able, then you'll know, everybody will know where everyone stands, because there's just a lot of shadow work that's happening just because this connection is happening. It happened in a spiritual plane first and then came, but that's just how strong it is. There's nothing wrong with that. it's not bad, but now it's time to communicate with the King of Swords here in order to move forward, all right? To really feel the full effect of the universe and the Wheel of Fortune, there has to be an opening up. So Scorpio, if you're afraid to open up and express yourself, know that on the other end, that person also is too. So if you're waiting for them to start, they're waiting for you to start. So if neither of you start, then we're at a standstill, which brings us back to the Two of Swords. All right, but we do have the Chariot. So I really see, and I'm being pulled to Cancer energy. There's such a strong Cancerian energy and Piscean energy. So I have a feeling that you're dealing with another water sign. Doesn't have to be sun, can be sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars. But they're equally as spiritual too and as intuitive. And so that's why both of you are just like, is this real? Like, am I making things up? Am I questioning it? But because both of you are so in tune individually, nobody's saying anything in the 3D. But you have to, all right? So we have the Chariot to the Three of Pentacles to the Hermit to the Ten of Cups. I love this. And I'm being pulled to the Hermit, and I know normally the Hermit is, I'm going to read this a little different. So we have the Three of Pentacles here, which is working together, coming together to build something. That's why I said I think that this is more than just a okie doke love connection, because both energies are so strong and meet each other so well that there is a soul's mission to manifest into this realm. And that's why it's taken so long for this to come about, because you had to figure out what is your part in the grand scheme of things. And so we have the Hermit to the Ten of Cups. But what I'm going to focus on with the Hermit is Magnus of the voice of light. Voice. So some of you have had a small voice that's been telling you, you got to speak up. You got to use your voice in order to get to the Ten of Cups. And you might have been afraid. Excuse me. But it's time for you to open up. All right. Use your voice is what I just heard. Excuse me. Again, a lot of Taurus energy. Then we get the Devil card. So it could be connecting with the Capricorn also. But we have the Six of Pentacles. I just heard, man, Scorpio, this person wants you as bad as you want them. And man, do you guys want one another so bad with the Devil. And the Six of Pentacles here, I'm really getting the Devil to be passion. A desire, obviously, for control and possession, but not in like a scary way, just in a like, I want it. You know, it's like if you have a dog, you're like, this is my dog. Like, you're not going to take it to the dog park and let anybody walk off with your dog. Like, no, that's your dog, period. You can pet it, but you can't stick around. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of energy, and I feel like it's definitely reciprocated between the two. So if you've been worried about, I just feel like there's been a lot of individual worry on both sides just because of the journey that's happened with the Four of Cups and the Hangman and the Three of Swords. There's just been such a journey that everybody's just kind of on edge when it comes to being like, oh, you know, like, yeah, all of that stuff happened, but how about we move on and get together, you know? So we got the Ten of Swords, the Princess of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. So there's just been a lot of disappointment. I'm imagining that there's been so much financial strain and so much financial issues that it's been hard. I feel like, Scorpio, for some of you, it's been very hard for you to get a good foot on what you've been doing. Hello. It's been hard for you to get a good foot on what it is that you've been doing. But I feel like you're moving out of that energy with the Knight of Cups. You're using your intuition and your higher knowledge and guidance to get you out of the situation that you're in, because it's again requiring some divine intervention. Oh, wow. Yeah, your financial woes, it's funny because this reading keeps going back and forth because there is financial issues. It's been hard to start something stable within this relationship. It's mutual. That's just really what I'm getting. It's been so difficult to finally like be at the same place at the same time. Perhaps there is distance in this, but it's just always been, we just missed each other. I was here and you're there. And so that's caused a lot of issues. But look at this, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Wands to the Ace of Cups. This is victory, particularly when it comes to love and a love offering and a peacing. It's just like, if you are willing to open yourself up, or this other person is willing to open up their self, I think that you'll be greeted with the energy that you were looking for and then some, because it's so mutual. Excuse me. The passion is so there that it's, you're going to be like, wow, I really thought that I was experiencing this alone. And the other person's like, no, thought you were alone. I thought I was alone, right? So we got the Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords. And I feel like because of the lack of communication, because of the no communication, there's just been a lot of confusion, and it's just time to clear the air this year. It's just time to clear the air instead of trying to assume things, all right? Because we have, look, we have the Foolish Man. So there's a new beginning. The Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. And I feel like there might be an issue or a fear here of commitment. There might be an issue here of trust. Which, okay, Scorpios, are we surprised? Are we surprised that a Scorpio has trust issues? I'll wait. But I feel like it's kind of one of those things where maybe even the other person too has trust issues, and that's why they're scared. So it's just like you're expecting them to do something that you yourself are not willing to do. And that's not how that works. This has to be mutual. Somebody has to take the first step in this. But I feel like regardless of how it ends up happening or coming about, the universe does have a hand in kind of knocking out these, I just heard evil forces, but that's a little extreme, but like these thoughts of doubt. Because there are people, maybe even friends, I'm being pulled to Gemini, so people could be communicating to you who really like their freedom. Jupiter and so a Sagittarius, Gemini, there might be friends around you who, or just that energy of wanting to be free, that energy of wanting to go and be about, you know, there's a fear of commitment here because there's so much you want to be able to do what you want. But here's the thing. This commitment already happened. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this commitment already happened. It already took place. It happened in the spiritual realm. It's just like you've kind of had your fun. Now it's time to get to work with that Three of Pentacles there. And this is the perfect person to get to work with in order to really achieve what it is that you've been looking for. Okay? The Emperor. I love it. I love that. We love this for you. And the Nine of Swords. Do not be afraid of your power. Do not be afraid of what it is that you are in control of. And also know what you are in control of and know what you're not in control of. That's imperative, Scorpio, for you in this next chapter. Because there are things that you can control and you're very good at controlling them. Work, business, all that other stuff. People, in more ways than one. But there's things that you can run an empire. You can run an empire, but you have to lean on spirit sometimes to help guide you. You don't have to, all the burden is not yours. I just heard like Drake, you know, started from the bottom, like, what is it? What's the Drake song? Came up, that's all me. Worker, that's all me. Yes. And the Lord and spirit and God, however you identify with love itself, those things are helping you too. So there are things behind the scenes that are helping you out, but what you can control, be confident that you can have control over them. But specifically if you hit a rough patch with your money, that was just a rough patch with your money. You had to learn that so you can really appreciate money. Not saying that you didn't before, but now you really appreciate money, because I feel like there might have been it came to you quite easily, if that makes sense. And so once it was taken away, it was just like, oh man, like how do I get it? But you are going to be back on your feet. You don't have to worry about staying in that. You're going to be have wealth. Do you know what I'm saying? Abundance is coming in for you. Ooh, we have the Four of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Man, so some of you guys, again, this could involve marriage. Look at this. And I like, the one thing that I like about these energies is like the Empress and the Queen of Wands, there's an allowance here for control. The person that you're dealing with, like this person is very strong on their own, but they respect what it is that you're bringing to the table. If it's a feminine energy, they're not one to be bullied. They're not one to be taken advantage of. You're not just going to boss this person or talk to them any type of way, but they do have respect for the masculine. They're just like, you do bring a part, and because of that, there is a lot of harmony and balance that comes into this union. Because it's not like they're gender roles, but if you do have certain traditions and all that other stuff, it's okay. Like, they're okay with fulfilling those roles. They're okay with letting you be, quote, the man of the house. They're okay with letting you wear the pants. Doesn't matter how that resonates with you, but this person is not, and it's not because they're weak. That's what I want to get to. It's not because they're a weak person. They're very strong. They just can take a back seat. They're okay with that. And you're like, cool, if you don't want to drive, I will. And they're like, great, I was tired of driving anyway. But I just see so much love. And there we go again with the Scorpio energy. So here we are, okay? And look at just this overflow. I'm being pulled to like just this overflow, this river of abundance, because there's just so much love and so much passion and so much emotion here and so much respect. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful, Scorpio. And I just feel like this is just a very graceful love. The story of how it got here, sis, or bro, it's been a lot. The story of how it's been has been not graceful. I'm being pulled to the swans, which is, it was an ugly duckling. This relationship was the ugly duckling, you know, and finally it ended up maturing into this really beautiful, graceful, loving, cherishing, respectful relationship of equal give and take. And I feel like that is what's been trying to be manifested. The Four of Swords, that's what's been praying for. Yeah, the Four of Swords. I just heard, oh my gosh, man, I just heard your break is over, the silence is over, spit your these are the last few days of you being quote single, if that makes sense. We have the Four of Swords to the blasted tower, and I just feel like it's ending that period of isolation that you felt. It really is, and you're charging towards something new with the Knight of Wands here, passionately. But I feel like this is really good, and it's going to excite you because it's going to give you, not that you don't love yourself or anything, but this, with the projects that you're going to be working on with this person, really excites you and gives you a reason to like wake up in the morning because you have a mission, because you have a drive. It's between you and spirit. You guys just happen to share some of the 3D work, but you're doing 5D, you know, negotiations, which is completely awesome and beautiful. And I feel like if anybody could do it and handle that type of realm and like spirituality and all that other stuff, it's gonna be Scorpio. So we have the King of Cups and the Six of Swords, which is the Lord of earned success, Scorpio. And this is your energy, this is your card. So earned success. You've earned what's coming in for you. You've earned this person. You've earned the finances and abundance that's coming into you. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Not that I think that you would. You know, it really is that Drake all me attitude between you and spirit, because you've just earned this next chapter of peace and serenity that's coming in for you. And I do want to say it is going to be quite peaceful. The Ten of Swords just came out again because you're ending, you're putting a stop, a halt to that difficult cycle that's been holding you back for quite some time. You felt like that was your life. You know, you felt like the partners that you have, those were going to be your partners. That was going to be your financial situation. That was, you were not necessarily stuck, but you had learned to accept that life is hard and I don't have any control over that. So, you know, lamenting. But now what you're finding out is that was a chapter, that was a cycle, and life does not have to be that way. There are very beautiful things that can happen. There's a beautiful relationship on the horizon. There are people that can be trusted. There are people who can handle money well. There is opportunity for me to be successful, period. And that is coming in because you've closed out that chapter. So congratulations, Scorpio. Such a beautiful thing. Princess of Cups. It's just opening yourself up to love again, opening yourself up to happiness, and also just expressing. And again, I'm being pulled to the swan. There's just such a beauty to it, but it has to be, it has to be said. It has to be said out loud. This can't be anything that is going to be, even though these people are, this is what I just heard. Even though the energies are beauty and struggle, absolutely. Even though the energies are psychic and you guys can telepathically speak, you're not mind readers, if that makes sense. Like, yes, but you have to have that confirmation from here. Because other than that, it's just there. Hello, I love your readings. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, so we have, ooh, look at this. The Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords to Temperance. That's why I'm like, nobody's a mind reader. Yes, they're psychic, but they have to have confirmation, especially if you're dealing with somebody with Cancerian energy or water energy. Cancers, and I'm a Cancer rising myself, so like I get it. It's just like no matter how confident they come off, they have to hear it. Even if they know it in turn, they have to hear it. And honestly, you want to hear it too. You want to hear you are loved, you are liked, I really appreciate you. It's just so nice and comforting. Even though you know it, like let them know what it actually is. So if you just had a fear to really, really just have a moment and just be like, look, we've been through it, but I appreciate the heck out of you. And I think that you're beautiful. And I think that you're gorgeous. The person is going to say the exact same thing. And that is going to be the root. And I just got that. Yeah. Lord of the root of the power of fire. That is going to be the root, the foundation in which you build. It's big energy. That's really, really big energy. Because there's going to be so much passion and so much love that comes from it just because you know. And everybody deserves that. So couldn't ask for better cards to end on. The Eight of Cups, the Star card, and the Three of Cups. you're walking towards, I mean, truly leaving behind what does not serve you, with the Eight of Cups there. And for some of you, it can be bittersweet, because for some of you, it is like you're single. It's your singlehood. Like, you're no longer you. Now there's another person in this realm that you have to care about, and you're probably going to create more children that you have to care about too. But now it's just like you're not going to be worried about yourself. And maybe that's been the hesitation, because you're like, once I care about somebody, I care. Once I'm in it, I'm in it. And that has been the hesitation, and you don't want to waste that energy. But this person is the exact same way. You guys mirror one another. This person is the exact same way. So there is no time that wants to be wasted. You guys would rather take those energies that you've spent being petty and going back and forth with the people that you've been with in the past. Instead, take that energy to secure a bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, get this money, or do whatever, or build that foundation, or start a band, or make music, or create whatever it is, whatever it means to you. I just feel like there's this opportunity for this really beautiful reunion to come in, and just the Lord of Abundance, just so much abundance coming in for you, Scorpio. There's so much abundance coming in for this couple, and this Ace of Wands, and it's not gonna die down. Like, I just feel like once you guys start, it's gonna be not necessarily smooth sailing, because nothing is perfect, but as far as like your relationship, y'all are tight, and it's just because you went through so much, again, individually, that by the time you got to this point, it's just like, look, either we're gonna do it or we're not. I can't stay in limbo at this point in time. Like, we're either gonna solve it or not, and both of you guys are okay with that answer. But I do want to say, I feel more likely than not that you're both in alignment with your desires, as far as what it is that you expect, they expect it too, which is a beautiful thing, Scorpio. So congratulations if that is what you've been trying to manifest, a partner, a business partner, a loving partner, a partner, then it's gonna come in. All right, and so that is what I got for you, Scorpios. I am going to do your oracles. I just want to give you a friendly reminder to check out that description box below on information how to book a personal reading with me. Follow me on Instagram, and thank you so much for your continued support. All right, Yin came out. Divine feminine energy. All right, there's just so much love, all that pink, and it's soft, and it's kind, and it's gentle. And I feel like both of you guys are expressing that energy with the two there. There's, again, with union, both of you are expressing that energy to one another of love. All that glitters. No place like home. Blessed. Flexible. And chaos and conflict. Okay, this chaos and conflict is what's the current thing, but it's a blessing in disguise. Some of you guys might have been having some issues with on the home front. There might have been a change in the home front, but I feel like regardless of if that resonates or not, there is a homeness to this, because you guys are derived from the same soul tribe. You've probably experienced other lifetimes before, you know, multiple lifetimes before. And so there's just a familiarity that comes with this connection. But you've had to be flexible throughout it. You've had to really bend. Both of you have had to shape shift and kind of really, you know, learn yourself in order to get to this point of appreciation for both of you. And it's just really magnificent with all this glitter. All this glitters, in this case, is gold. It's going to be shiny. It's going to be new. But I just feel like the newness and the freshness of this relationship is always going to be there, just because you understand how much it took to actually come back together to begin with. And so you appreciate each other's presence, because you know what it's like to not have it, if that makes sense. And it wasn't, for some of you guys, it could have been a dramatic falling out and all the other stuff, but for others of you, it just never came together, and you so badly desired, again, for this person to be there. And it might not be this physical person. It might not be, you know, who you end up looking like, who you envisioned or whatever, but this energy of this person, this comforting energy of this person, you're like, man, I just wish I had somebody who cared for me and who loved me and who was there and who would pick up the phone when I had a bad day and who also pick up the phone when I had a great day. I want to be able to share myself on that level, and that's what you've been trying to do. This is that person. This is that energy that's coming in for you, and it's gonna feel like home, because they make a home. This person is a great homemaker with all that Cancerian energy, whether they have Cancer in their chart or not. Most of them do sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but they are a great homemaker. They're a great mother. They're a great feminine. They're just a great feminine energy, and you could be that person. You know, it's you could be that person. It depends how it's resonating with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it so one-sided, but I am picking up on masculine. But yeah, this person is just a great homemaker. They're going to be a great provider because they care about their own security, so they would never put anybody that they love in a situation where they wouldn't be able to get out of, if that makes sense. All right. So we got look at the bigger picture. Your dreams need a practical plan. Don't let the past hold you back, and nothing is set in stone. So again, this is about strategy in this Taurus energy. This is all about strategy. Excuse me. This right here is like, excuse me, this is that conjunction, because this is the bigger picture. This is the revelation. Now that you have the knowledge of what the bigger picture is for you guys here, now that you know that there's a bigger soul mission, now you know that you have to start taking actions and steps towards that. All right. And it's time for you. You can't shy away from that responsibility, because now that you know, it's on you to carry it out. And I feel like you're comfortable with that. A lot of you, this is exciting to get into that process and to start moving in that way, but it's time to get out of your head. That's what I just heard. It's time to get out of your head, get out of your fantasy world, and start putting in actions, because these people aren't mind readers. The people that you're dealing with, yes, they're very intuitive and all the other stuff, but they don't know. And Scorpios, y'all can be very difficult to read. In fact, you get off on being difficult to read. So how would you expect this person to read you when you've literally made your entire life off of being not readable, if that makes sense? So it's time to really have that conversation that some of you have been avoiding, and don't let your past hold you back. Nothing is set in stone. I just heard like some of you guys are really punishing yourself for what happened in the past or how everything went down, and maybe this other person is too, but that was just how it was. No, there's no grudges is what I just heard. There's no grudges. It's all love. It's all love. This person understands that they had to go through too. And honestly, I'm also getting that this person probably has demons too. This person's gonna have some shit too. Like, you're not the only one. You guys mirror one another. So it's not like you were just like this evil, villain who walked around just, you have power, but this person has power too. They're not weak. So you also have to give them credit. Nothing is set in stone. And I think that has to deal with like your ideas and your perceptions of reality and what that means to you. Okay. So now we're going to move into our animal deck. I'm so curious to see what's going to come out. Thank you so much, Yami. Thank you, Yami. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know I just screamed, but I lost it because literally my best friend just showed up to the chat. Hey, best friend. Hey, best friend. All right. Sorry. That just made me so happy. Back to the cards. All right. Ooh. So we got 2. Oh, awesome. So we got B, community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. OMG. And that's why I love this. Abundance was the last card that we ended on, and you are the queen of receiving abundance. Look at this. It's time for you to come in. Thank you so much. It's time for you to receive that sweetness. You have to give it though. You know what I'm saying? It's on you to give it though. Because if you even let this person know a little bit, like, hey, I'm kind of thinking of you in a different way, then you'll understand, like, they'll receive it too. They'll give it straight back. And then again, community. So this is all about your friends, the people that you're surrounding yourself with, who you're working with. That is all about to change. That 10 of Swords really indicated that that struggle that you've been going through, it's over. It's over. You're stepping into a lot smoother waters, and it's because you physically have put in that energy of manifestation to get it, all right? And then lastly, we have Horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Dealing with Taurus. I think sometimes he is my twin. That was a lot of Taurus energy there, so you really might be, right? So we have horse and freedom. There is a freedom and following your dreams, all right? Really releasing yourself from those shackles and just really negative thoughts. For a lot of you, it's happening up here. It's happened mentally. There has been things that happen externally, but if you've had a defeatist mindset, it's time for you to let that go, release it, and just start charging towards your dreams with the confidence of a wild horse. You have the whole world ahead of you, right? And again, about the stamina, you're ready, you're prepared, you're hungry for this change, you're hungry for this desire. So if you are ready to put in that work, the work that you want to do, mind you, it's coming so beautifully for you, Scorpio. Congratulations. If this is romantic and love, I do see that conversation finally happening. So now the relationship can take place in the 3D, which is absolutely awesome and beautiful. And as far as your financial woes and struggles, you're coming out of that too. You've been through the ringer. It's ending. Congratulations. And thank you so much for joining me. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. Check out my description box below to follow me on Instagram and shoot me an email if you're interested in a personal reading. And thank you so much. Shout out to Eric again. Peace. Until next time. Thank you, Jim. I was so happy to see your name pop up. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much again, Yummy, for that $5 super chat. Peace. Until next time.